So I have this hand injury here. You can see the scar kind of coming down through here. Um, should have known better. It was Friday the 13th in 2020. We all should have just stayed indoors and did nothing that day. But I was working with the power saw, and one bonehead moment after 10,000 times of using that saw, and man, I cut through tendons, no bones, no major arteries, but nerves and tendons, and so I can my fist, and it's not quite coming up full extension, but it's not too bad though. I'm glad I have a hand. The crazy thing about it is whenever I did it, it just felt like something hit my hand. There was no pain whatsoever. And so I was looking at this and I thought, man, that looks bad, but I'm not feeling anything. And so I guess that's good because I'm sure it would have hurt a lot, but I guess I cut through nerves and stuff. But when I went to the ER, and it was a couple hours after being there, maybe about an hour after being there, that boy, it started to hurt. The nurse she was going to give me Dilaudid for pain control, and because it was hurting bad. And I said, I said, hey, give me as much of that as you legally can, and then I'll pay you for more. And so anyway, she gave me a big dose, but and then an hour later, I got another big dose. And so actually, I was feeling pretty good by that time. But it was nice because I didn't want to feel the pain associated with my hand laid wide open right there. That would have been bad. We tend to want to avoid pain, right? And that's understandable, I guess. It's not very pleasant. But the problem is, if I'm not feeling pain, I might not be so careful with it. Pain is an indicator that something needs to be taken care of, something needs to be guarded. It's actually a gift from God. Could you see it like that? That pain is a gift from God. It's the body's signal that something's not right, that something needs attention, something needs care. And I think it works the same, not just physically, but emotionally with emotional pain. Pain helps us to avoid suffering. Pain and suffering are two different things. Pain's bad enough. Suffering is so much worse here. Once you get into a state of suffering, it's too late. Something didn't heal right, or not at all, or some small problem is now turning into a huge problem. It's like the check engine light on your car. If you ignore it, there's big trouble later. The auto parts store will check that for you for free, so it's totally worth doing. But if we ignore it, something worse could happen. It could be a $20 fix versus a $2,000 fix. The CE, the check engine light in your car, it's like your car is trying to tell you, hey, I'm in pain. There's an indication that something's not right here. Sometimes people find themselves living with their personal check engine light on, if you will. There's a painful situation in life and they're trying to ignore it because we don't want to feel the pain. It could be the avoidance of conflict in a relationship possibly here. We just don't like to argue, or that there's something about that person that just irritates me to no end, but I'm not going to have this conflict. I'm not going to have the discussion because I don't want the pain of that. And in the meantime, both parties begin to suffer, which is far worse. The relationship begins to suffer because we're trying to avoid pain. Pain is one of God's gifts. We don't like it. We think it's bad and something that God wants to free us from, right? He wants to free us from suffering. But pain is this indicator, or a painful situation can be an indication that, hey, something's not right, something needs to be worked on, and it can work out for our good. So I'm not asking God for a pain-free life. I just want the wisdom to know, what am I supposed to do with it?